Hello, and welcome to another edition of Sports Card ASMR. I'm the Sports Card Doctor, and we have got a very special baseball card box for you today. That's right, my friends. The Sports Card Doctor is going to be looking at a box of 1991 Topps. Now, this box, like a lot of us from the 90s, has seen better days. But that doesn't mean that we can't find some treasures inside. Get some crinkles, maybe pick up a Bo Jackson, or maybe, just maybe, get an instant win. Vintage Topps card victory. Can you call it a victory? I don't know. These are deeper questions that the Sports Card Doctor isn't qualified to answer. I'm so happy if you've just discovered the channel. This is what we do. This is an ASMR channel, but also a sports card nostalgia channel. We look back, we have some fun, we crack some jokes, and maybe, just maybe, the Sports Card Doctor will help you relax. Now, long-time listeners and subscribers of the channel, which I guess I should do my due diligence and ask you to subscribe to the channel. Hit a notification bell, you'll see it there. You click on it and then I'll never leave the algorithm of your mind. No? Is it scary? Did I time it well with the plane in the background? Normally I try to pause and edit around the planes, but I think that plane kind of added some ambiance, some terror to my words, which is a weird marketing ploy, I admit, but let's move on. Now, long-time listeners of the Sports Card Doctor and viewers, I guess this is a visual medium after all. You're seeing me touch the box, aren't you? Long-time viewers know that there's a very good chance that inside this box we might find that legend, but a pesky legend, Mark Malone. I know a lot of you think that maybe Mark Malone and his 1987 Topps football card is hiding inside this beautiful box of 1991 Topps cards. But I can guarantee you that Mark Malone is not in this box. He's received a well-deserved day off. All right, let's take a closer look at this box. I thought about putting some duct tape on it. I had a PE coach back in high school who used to treat any wound that he or you suffered with duct tape. I'm not even making that up. He lived to a very old age. He used to ride his bike 26 miles to school each day as well. Maybe that was the secret to his health and not the duct tape. Anyways, great little box of cards here. Now, of course, you might remember that for a long time, I don't believe they still do this, Topps baseball cards were found on the bottom of these wax boxes here. Wax packs boxes. Wax packs boxes. So you could cut, if you wanted to, these cards out and put them into your collection. I did it often. We have Dwight Dewey Evans, at this point just a DH with the Red Sox, soon to be with the Orioles. Alfredo Griffin, a whiz in the field. I think he may have averaged 1 home run a year for his entire career, but I wouldn't say Alfredo was ever a superstar. Former Rookie of the Year, I believe, but he was a very, very respected player during his time. I have fond memories of watching Alfredo Griffin play. There's the greatest of all time, Rickey Henderson, and Carlton Fisk, who played until he was about 89 years of age, an inspiration to us all. I'm not going to cut out these cards today. before this box disintegrates on us, I think we're going to take a look at some of the packs inside. I don't know why this pack has fallen apart of this box. My 1987 Topps box, much better shape. Of course, Topps went with the bold red color this year. Real big power color. And I don't have any to show you today, but don't forget 1990 Topps came in the kind of plastic packaging that was the style at the time to help stop baseball card sharks and baseball card owners from pulling out the prize cards and resealing the packages and selling them to kids like me. But I guess in 1991, Topps is like, screw it, let the kids be swindled again. Of course, we have some gum inside there. A adventure for all of us. Let's just crinkle up some packs here, huh? 15 picture cards inside. That instant win Topps card that was a mainstay in packs of this era. What is this? This isn't Mark Malone. This looks like a vintage WWF card from about 1985. It's the late great Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, ready for a pile driver. What am I looking at? That's graphic. It looks like, I mean, this was, they released this card to the public. This is, I mean, if there's any questions I have stirring inside me, I think this card just gave me some answers. And I miss Mark Malone. Let's set that one aside. Get back to some cards. Wow. Sorry, the sports card doctor just had a moment there. Let's open up a pack. All right. Pack of 91 Topps. Let's see if we can get some cracking with the gum. Oh, that's solid. If you've been watching recently on the channel, we've tried to snap some gum only to have it bend like a mysterious rubbery goo in the form of a stick. It's been off-putting at best, nauseating at worst. That's some solid snapping right there. All right. Let us see. Who is in this pack of 1991 Topps? Got Cubs pitcher Jeff Pico. Ricky Henderson, All-Star. Greg Olson, not to be confused with the Orioles closer, the same name and the same era. He was a young up-and-coming catcher at this time. Keith Comstock. Not only does his name sound like he was out digging for silver and gold in the Old West, if you look closely at his mustache, it's almost like he was there. God bless you. Luis Rivera. Storm Davis. Kind of made his name with the Orioles and found a big home with the A's during their late 80s into the early 90s World Series run, but found himself with the Royals, where he finished up his career, I believe. He may have pitched for some other teams, but after this year, it didn't really matter. There's the sweepstakes. Dennis Rasmussen. 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 Pitcher for the Padres. But of course, he came up with the Yankees. He won 18 games in 1986, and we thought we had ourselves a new Ron Guidry. But that did not come true. Anthony Telford. I wouldn't call him a future star or a top prospect, but the Orioles put a lot of faith in young pitchers like him during this era. Ben McDonald, Mike Mussina. They went on to bigger and better things, especially Mussina, of course, but Anthony Telford was part of that new Orioles era in the early 90s. Oh, Zim, Popeye, the face an entire world can love. How could Pedro Martinez throw you down to the ground? I miss you, Zim. I miss you. Terry Pendleton, right before he would go to the Braves and make his mark with the Atlanta Braves, winning an MVP award, breaking up the streak of MVPs won by Barry Bonds, I'm sure. Fair and square, at least back then. Bruce Hurst, part of the 86 tragic Red Sox team. He ended up in San Diego, finished out his career respectably. Maybe never reached the heights of the 86 season again, but he was a great pitcher during this time. Tom Foley. I do remember Tom Foley, utility infielder. He made the major leagues. We didn't. Darrell Boston, serviceable outfielder during this era. Joe McGrain. He was an all-star pitcher during this era. Injuries cut his career short. He ended up with the Angels. The Angels. But at this point in time, this would be a good card to get. You'd be happy to get a Joe McGrain. Maybe trade it for a Darrell Boston and a Anthony Telford or something like that, if you were collecting cards during that era. It's a pretty good pack of cards. Do it. I'm going to make some notes. Some of the cards we picked up here. We might do a price guide check on those a little bit later. Joe McGrain. See what he was at the time, you know. Terry Pendleton. Don Zimmer. Sure, he's priced at a common card price here, but he's a Hall of Famer in my heart, you know what I mean? I'd price Greg Olson, too. See what he was worth back in 1991. Of course, Ricky Henderson. Chris Gwynn, a solid player, hard to match up to his brother's legacy, you know. All right, there we go. All right, I think the sports card doctor is going to crinkle up and open up one more pack, and we'll quickly go through it. No, we don't eat the gum. I'm not crazy. I'm silly. But I'm not crazy. A checklist. When you got this card, you knew that your day was ruined. Oh, Will Clark. Great card. We're absolutely going to price that one later. Dave Righetti. What a pack. Oh, one of the best closers. Going to be a great pitching coach with the San Francisco Giants. Randy Bush. I liked him. Wes Chamberlain, future star. Never really worked out for him, but again, as I always say, he made the majors. We didn't. All-star Julio Franco, coming off a great season with the Rangers. He, of course, is still playing, probably somewhere, and he's 110. Deion James, another sweepstakes card. Charlie Hayes. Of course, Charlie's son, Brian Hayes, playing with the Pirates right now. I've always liked Charlie Hayes, especially because as a New York Yankee fan, it was Charlie who squeezed his glove around the final out in the 1996 World Series. Thanks, Charlie. Carlos Baerga, big star at this time, faded fast, but hey, at this point in time, this was a good get. Scott Bradley, serviceable catcher. Serviceable was kind of how you survived in the big leagues during this era. Mookie Wilson. Wow, it's interesting to get a Bruce Hurst with the Padres. Mookie with the Blue Jays. Forever ingrained. Little roller behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it. Reggie Harris. Mike Morgan. Good starting pitcher for this time. Rob Murphy, Red Sox. Joe Price, lefty specialist with the Orioles. That's a great set of cards here. Oops. Sorry, Mike Morgan. I don't think he cares. That GD checklist. Nothing could put a damper on your day if you pulled a checklist. You saved your hard-earned allowance money to buy a pack of cards, a beautiful pack of 1991 tops, and you get a checklist. You know what? I can't let that slide. This is for all the kids who pulled checklists at the card shops. You'll taunt us no more, checklists. Yeah, it's a trash dump right there. All right, let's quickly mark down some of these cards here. This is so the sports card doctor can go price these later. Julio Franco, love that batting stance. Dave Righetti. Finally, look at that card. Will Nuschler Clark. The thrill. Still one of my favorite batting stances in the game's history. Well, I think we picked up some good cards. Except for whatever the hell this was. So next time, when you come back, we'll do another box of cards, maybe a price guide check, maybe we'll go through some of my old collection. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and thanks for being here with the Sports Card Doctor. This was Sports Card ASMR.